We are playing the Border Clash battle type for this game. And that means that whoever wins this game will get to choose one region in the opponent's kingdom and occupy it. And that region stays with the opponent throughout the campaign. All right, so that was different from our first game where if I win or Julie wins, we occupy the region, but it only stays with us one game. And so by tomorrow's game, that region that I occupied first in the first game, that's going to go back to Julie. And that was, I believe, the rivers. Not so in this game. In this game, you get to keep the region that you occupy. Also, we are playing the Oathmark, defend the Oathmark scenario. Here is today's setup for Oathmark, and we are playing the Oathmark scenario where you have a defending player and you have an attacking player, and the defending player is defending these Oathmarks here. These are monuments that are sacred to the factions. There's another Oathmark right there. So this is one Oathmark, another Oathmark smack in the center, and another Oathmark. And these Oathmarks on the side are set 12 inches from the corners. We are considering anything past this tape measure to be not non-table, right? So this is our table ends here, and that is, we are saying that this is the corner of the table, and there's the other Oathmark. And the defending player, I am the defending player. Goblins defend on this game, and so their two units are placed 6 inches away from the central Oathmark, and I have to get a battle tray for my Huntmaster and her dogs. So I have Huntmaster and war dogs here, and I have a unit of Wolf Riders with 2 ranks, 5 in each rank, of course. And then I have some Goblin Infantry with 3 ranks. And coming over here, this is the new unit we've added for this game. I have 2 ranks of Goblin Archers, and that is my setup. Okay, and so here is the table again, so you guys can see. We got an old wrecked barn here. We got a couple of low walls, which are defensive barriers. Okay, and a couple of trees, and these trees here are just kind of for show. Just to have a little terrain on the table. I don't really think they're going to have any bearing on the game. Okay. And Julie has 1 rank of human heavy cavalry with the officer right in the middle. And these are her elf archers, and you can see the officer there with the 2 swords. He's right in the middle of the archers, and that's 2 ranks of archers and 2 ranks of dwarf warriors right there. And my officer for my Goblin Infantry is right there, the dude pointing with the sword. Okay guys, and our microphones had a problem unfortunately, and so our formal introduction was not recorded properly. Okay, so we're sorry about the microphone mishap, but it's only a few slides. So debating who to move. This is turn 1, and just looking around the table, and I decide that the archers will take the first move, and they will move forward to get a little bit closer. Bow range is 20 inches in this game, so we're going to move them a little bit forward for their first action. And there are 2 targets in line of sight. In this game, line of sight is through the officers. Okay, so we measure a range, and yes, we are within range. So now debate which target. Both targets are in range. And so that goblin officer has to decide who to attack. Go for the elf bowman or for the dwarf infantry that's directly in front. So I make my decision for the dwarf infantry. I roll my 5 dice and I make 3 hits. There's some 10s in there. And dwarves will take 3 casualties. So a nice shot by the goblin archers.
Oh, I make it.
Okay, and that was a morale roll for the dwarves after their 3 casualties.
Yep.
She passes morale, so she is not disordered. So elf turn, and Julia decides to move her heavy cavalry forward 1 action, and I believe that's all she takes. So I'm kind of debating whether to move my Huntmaster and her dogs or the Wolf Riders that are next to her. And just checking a couple of stats, and I decide to move the Huntmaster. So I make her activation check and she passes. I'm just going to use a move and pivot, and that'll be my 2
That's it?
actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Be attacked by
a bunch of dogs.
a bunch of dogs. Yes. I think, how do I want to do that though?
And the attacking side is planning their strategy.
Yeah. I guess yeah. Okay, we're gonna activate my archers.
Archer activation, turn 1.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so
They activate.
we activate. We finally came to a decision, myself and my troops, and we are going to use an action to pivot.
And they already rolled activation, so they're
Right.
fine.
So we're going to pivot like that.
Okay, and
now we're going to shoot.
And their target is that goblin bow unit there. And of course, a line of sight is from officer to target. All right, let's do this. Target number calculations. Elf rolls 5 dice, and they have to get TN of 6. I have a TN of 8.
Okay.
Goblins, they're not so good.
1.
Okay, let's see your hits
2.
first.
I have 2.
2 hits scored by the elves. Okay, casualties are coming out. 2 goblins fall to the arrows of the elves, and 1 elf falls to the arrows of the goblins. And there we go.
Okay.
So goblin infantry, turn 1. And yes, they take 1 action to maneuver. So they're going to pivot on the officer. And then 1 action to move a full 6 inches towards the elf cavalry.
We'll move our big old 5.
Okay, so dwarves succeeded on their activation.
And we'll move our big old 5.
5 inches forward. You still have another move.
I know, I'm thinking.
They're right in range of those bowmen.
I know, but what could I do?
All right, and the dwarf officer has signaled the unit to move forward another partial move. So they move half a move.
Half a move.
Okay, so going to activate these goblins. And yes, activation is successful. And I think they're going to just move forward closer to that Oathmark.
All right, turn 2.
Turn 2, initiative.
Yeah, 10.
I have a 10, so goblins take initiative again in turn
Those
2.
goblins.
I know.
Okay.
You know it. All right, let's see. What am I to do? Okay, and I'm going to try to activate this infantry unit. And yes, they activate.
You got a 10.
All right, now here's going to be a little tricky.
Those 10s.
Because, ooh, no. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pivot. That goblin officer is smarter than the rest. Yes, he is. And then we're going to move 6 inches forward.
Why is that?
So my opponent asked, how am I going to stop her from getting that Oathmark? And my officer's response is, I have no idea.
What I'm going to activate first, right?
Uh-oh.
So, I need 5s.
Yeah, now I see the error of my ways.
Yeah. I'm like, what in the world? To like, there, because that's as far as I need to be,
Okay, so they
right?
moved 1.5 inches to the side. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so they move in just a couple of inches forward, or 1 inch to the side, a couple of inches forward. And yeah, I definitely see the error of my ways. Yeah. Okay. All right, goblins turn 2. And those guys have all activated. She's marking them with activation markers. I really want to take out those elf archers. Woof, woof. All right, here we go. Activation 3 for the lady and her doggy.
3. Yep.
Woo! And she moves forward 8 inches. Wow, they have a very fast range.
Very fast.
Movement range. All right. Okay, so my 8 inches moves there, but now we have to fix the tray and align the officers. So we use some free movement there and just align them. Okay, so her TN
is 7.
Is 7. And mine is fight 2 minus her defense.
Of 9.
Okay.
Which would also be 7.
Okay. And we have no full ranks in the rear after the first, so that's it. Okay. So her TN
is 7.
Is 7. And mine is fight 2 minus her defense.
Of 9.
Okay.
Which would also be 7.
Okay. Elves have 3 hits. Elf archers. They have a 1 fight stat. Oh, wow. For combat. Jeez. Okay. All right. And I scored 1, 2.
2.
That's it. 2 hit.
I guess I'll take this one. And
She's choosing the colors. You're choosing the prettier ones.
I am. I choose
to stay,
which ones
to survive
I
first.
want to
All right, and I got to remove 2 as well. Oh, let me take him out. He's got a big base. And then let me take him out. And I knocked her down. All right, great. So 2 casualties each. Whoa, morale now. We're at morale -2.
All right. Nope, I didn't make it.
Nope. Okay.
Darn.
So hold on a minute. Let's see what happens with me. And I get a 10 there, so I'm good. Okay. So hold on.
You and your 10s today. What is
I
that?
know. What is up with me? So I choose whether to push you back. I can't push you back 6 inches because obviously that's the table edge. I'm going to push you back 1 inch, and then you are disordered. Okay, I'm going to roll for activation for my goblinoid archers. They need 6s. Okay. All right, end of turn 2, beginning of turn 3, and this is the situation. This unit is almost completely destroyed. The elves have taken some casualties, and dwarves over there have lost their rank. And here are the goblins. They also have some casualties. This is my only full unit. Well, also my infantry.
Yeah. You got, I've been taking most of the hits.
But I see a possibility of an Oathmark being destroyed.
I see that possibility as well.
Turn 3, folks.
Initiative.
Ah! Here we go.
Here
This
we
is
go.
critical.
This is critical. It is.
Critical initiative. Oh!
I got a 10.
Oh! No
Finally.
way. Oh, no way. She's got a 10.
Woo!
Elves take initiative, and it looks like I will lose an Oathmark.
Woo! I shouldn't
She's doing
start
the
dancing yet. 'Cause I've
Yeah,
never
that's
done it
true,
yet.
because they might not activate.
That'll jinx me.
All right, let's
right.
do this.
Let's do this. Don't fail
All right,
me
this
now.
is a critical roll. This is a critical.
Oh, and I missed.
Oh, a 2 and a 1.
No.
The officer.
That's because I danced.
Do not do a victory dance, folks.
I should know
That
better.
is the morale to the story.
Wow.
We could have lost that Oathmark, but that's okay because,
Gave you another chance.
you know, oh, let's see. And this is turn 3.
Turn 3.
Wow. All right. This is a critical time here. I'm going to have to move these guys backwards. All right. I think I know what I'll do. I'll spend 1 action. About face. And Harbad the Green has decided, as a smart officer that he is, to about face. And now we are going to move forward about 5 inches. Whoop. Right there. Okay, so that's where the goblins move now. That's how they are. Thanks to the smart officer that is that goblin in the center there. Because oh, don't put him down. He's a goblin. So on another side of the board, my hunt master has done terrible. She managed to inflict 1 damage on the elves, but they passed their morale and came back. She stands alone as she lost all of her war dogs to the elves. Okay, well, that elf officer's a little angry that she didn't use...
She's really angry.
Yeah, he didn't use the fire order on the previous turn and just charged into combat, but... What are you going to do?
And I lost men over it, and I wouldn't have had to lose anyone.
Yeah, you could have just fired. But all right.
Guess what? That's
live
what
and learn.
I'm doing now. So she's going to activate.
Well, it's a he officer, I think. Well, it's an elf, so it could be a she. I don't know.
What are they like?
They're all he-she's. I don't know. Who cares? They all look the same.
All right, let's activate. 3 or over. Yes.
Okay, activation has been acquired.
So we are going to shoot.
And the elves are going to shoot at point-blank range. Okay, and the elves get 4 dice because they don't have a complete rank.
And I am going for 5s.
And 5s on my hunt
And
master.
I got at least enough to kill him.
Kill her.
Her. I thought we didn't care.
Okay.
But anyway.
All right.
She's gone.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, and she cannot retaliate.
Nope.
Don't. And my hunt master and her pack of dogs has been destroyed by... And there are the sound effects, ladies and gentlemen. That's the culprit right there. Okay, and I moved them back a few inches. That's 1 activation and 1 action, rather. And I'm going to shoot at those dwarves. 2nd action. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I'm just going to keep firing at those dwarves.
Those poor dwarves.
Yeah, well, forget that. I don't know, I have a bad feeling about this game. All right. I have my 5 dice. Not 10 dice like we were doing. Okay, my goblins. You're using your shielding, right?
I am.
Shielding 1. Okay, so I use 4 dice.
Yes, sir.
5.
Let's go. Give me your best shot, so to speak. Ha.
Wow. Yeah, 1 minus the, I don't know, 9s.
Well, that's because you weren't very confident.
Oh, no. Miss.
I have to
Damn
activate
goblins.
them, right?
What was that?
I have them left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
I've got
this unit and this unit are the only ones that haven't activated
Okay.
this turn.
Okay. I have decided that Did I activate them yet? Let's activate them first. I thought I activated them.
All right.
So we're looking for 4s. Yes.
And the dwarves do activate.
Okay, so we are going to, my dwarves, that is, are going to move to their 5. Let me do this. I like it better like that. Okay. There we go. All right. So we do that. Now, watch carefully
Oh boy.
as my dwarves pivot.
I see.
And that is the end of the action for the dwarves.
A bold move, I say. A bold move.
It is.
Let's roll for my goblin riders. Let's hope that this officer is a little smarter than the previous one. All right, activation 6.
Yep.
3 and 8. Yes. All right, goblins managed to activate. What will they do?
Good question.
I think they're going to stay near this Oathmark, so I'm just going to pivot. Keep them like that. That is one action. And I think I'm just going to leave them there because I don't want to go far from that Oathmark marker. Okay, folks, and that was part 1 to 3 of this fun game. And I will have part 2 in the link for it will be in the description to this video. Part 2 is next.